and welcome to Tesori Home. Today I am joined by Rebecca Gallop, who is also my wonderful sister-in-law. And today we are bringing you the next episode of our series, The Art of Hosting. Today's episode is fun because Rebecca's gonna walk us through how to create a beautiful charcuterie board, which is your specialty. I always tell everybody, I'm like, Rebecca is the queen of a cheese board. I don't know anybody who does it better than you.
Aw, shucks.
So I'm excited to just get started, and we hope it inspires you to create your own. So what are your first steps when you approach creating a cheese board?
I think the first thing I think about is typically, okay, what season am I hosting in and how many people am I serving? And then is it the main meal or is it kind of just be a little appetizer to the main meal?
With today's, this is more of not the full meal. This is like just a fun.
Yeah, we're doing an open house for my friend's new shop here. And so it's going to just be a 2-hour open house. People are going to be coming and going. So just kind of little nibbles. It's not a full meal.
What is your first step?
Well, we've done the base layer, which is just a gorgeous linen tablecloth. And then, so with a cheese board, I think one of the most important elements is creating depth and height. So you want there to be varying levels. You don't want just everything to be there. So what we'll start doing is just kind of building our like base layer. And I think what makes a cheese board super interesting, and not every cheese board I ever set up is going to be this elaborate, but I think what makes it interesting is when it's just layered. And so you'll see as we do this, there's going to be just like probably 10 layers that we put together, and it's going to be so fun. Yeah, so we're going to start with this gorgeous raw edge board. Yeah. And then we just get a box. And I'm going to do diagonal so we have more space on the board.
Smart.
For cheese. And this is literally my kids' wooden block box. So you can get creative in your house and shop your house, shop your home, and do what you got to do to get height on your cheese board.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like even you've done cardboard boxes that you had in the garage. Yeah, we did a cardboard
box yesterday.
Yeah. So you don't really have to have anything.
You just want to make sure it's sturdy enough, and you could even stuff a cardboard box with like paper really full to make it sturdier. But you just want something to give the table more height and interest.
So smart.
So yeah. So then I'm just covering the box, and it's probably going to take like, probably like 3 of these to get it covered all the way. And then so on top, the focal point's going to be this. We have it back here. This stunning vintage Turkish vase with these limelight hydrangeas from our old home. And so this is our base layer.
Now that we've done the centerpiece, what are the next steps?
So I like to just lay out dishes, and I'll kind of vary the heights, vary the sizes, and that will kind of then form the next layer, and then we'll start adding food onto the board. So we'll just get some dishes and start putting them on. I guess we'll go around to the front, and I'll just start, oh, it would be so fun to put something here. Let's move that back, make it steady, and then,
I think that's beautiful.
I love that this is so refined.
Yes.
And this is so rustic.
I love that balance.
So we're gonna be here into the evening, so I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, that wooden box. So let's just cover it with a cloth and see if we like this. Now, I need to look at it from the front. So like, I love this idea, this like cascade, like it's like a 3-level thing going on here. It's kind of like the one we had last night, but this is like condensed.
Yes.
I'm liking this. This was like an accident, but was not planned.
Let's go with it.
But it's working. All right, so we need to put something here.
Okay.
This oregano would be perfect, I think.
I love how wild it looks.
It's like, so this is overwintered oregano from last year. Then I had it all summer. And then it's really hardy, and it kind of lasts all winter.
Wow.
Yeah. Because anything with a woody stem.
Gorgeous. I love how like it's just like going down, like it's so flowy with the linen like flowing down. It just falls so beautifully.
It's like the green here, the green. It's perfect.
Okay,
yes. Okay. We're just gonna keep doing a couple more layers. You can't really, that looks pretty there. And then maybe one of these little pieces here, because I like that, again, it's like It's still like steps
Yeah.
down. And then we'll of course have stuff everywhere.
Now, as far as like your absolute essentials for pieces to have, like
Yeah.
as far as your top 5 essentials when it comes to decor for a cheese board, what would those be?
Well, probably number 1 is neutral, natural linens or textiles. So cotton, linen, things like that. And then a good solid base level. And so for us, I think today it's this board. Sometimes it's smaller boards, maybe going down the middle of the table. So wooden board, the natural textiles, marble, marble vessels, or maybe just pedestal vessels. So it could be marble, and then we also have silver. We haven't put them on the board yet, but it could be something like silver. So, but the essential is the pedestal element because it's giving us that height that we want. And then things can be cascading out of it.
Like grapes.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
over.
So that was 3. Probably something natural. So we have the dried hydrangeas today and the oregano. So that's 4 things. And then probably candlelight. Yeah, I think those are the 5 essentials. And yeah, so today we have it in the glass. Sometimes it'll be, and we'll probably do tea lights today too in glass. And then sometimes we'll do taper candles. So those are the 5.
We'll put together a little compilation of Rebecca's hosting essentials when it comes to charcuterie boards that you guys can find in the description below. Is the food involved next?
Are we doing food?
Are we doing food now?
I guess we have to do the food.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Do you want to become the hostess you've always dreamed you could be? Do you want to create a beautiful home you love and are proud of and want to invite others into? If so, we are helping our members do that right now inside of the Tesori Home membership community, and we'd love to help you too. We will help you build your confidence in your hosting skills and design skills through our monthly live calls with industry experts and our monthly giveaway challenges, getting you to take action in your home the way you always wanted to. We also have a growing library of design courses and resources designed to help you grow in your design skills and your hosting skills. So if any of this sounds interesting to you and you want to learn more, check out the link in our description below. We would love to have you join us. Now back to today's video.
So I like slicing some of the cheese on my cheese board, but then I also love leaving like a wedge of cheese.
Yes.
So like, it's just stunning. I like also doing interesting shapes. So I cut this so it's a triangle, and I like keeping the wax on the back.
Okay.
Put that up there for now. And then I would just slice a bunch of this just because if you leave wedges on the cheese board, a lot of times people are intimidated by them, and then they'll like not even eat your cheese because it's not easy. Or they don't know, like, is it decor? Am I allowed to cut into the wedge of cheese?
Yeah.
Our aunt got a cheese wheel. Have you ever seen? Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
my mom's
so
done that.
they're expensive, but if it's for a really special occasion, like a wedding, and cheese is a big part of your reception, there's nothing like a wheel of cheese on the middle of your table.
And using that as the pedestal.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Or people can cut right into it.
When it comes to cheeses, do you think about like the color of the cheese? Because sometimes there are beautiful cheeses that have like purple veining and what is your thought process, or do you have like your go-to?
I mean, so to be honest, I usually buy my cheese at Costco because they have a really great selection for pretty good prices. Okay. So Manchego, this is Manchego, absolute must on every cheese board.
Best cheese in the world.
Best cheese in the world. It's also sheep's milk. So if you are dairy intolerant, most people can still eat this. So it's a great cheese to include on your cheese board.
Okay.
So again, sorry.
No, go for it.
I would, put that there, then maybe this isn't gonna work. Maybe we'll just put this in the center and then take this out and put it there. But like, you can, play around with it.
Should I slice this?
Like, we can, or we can just, I don't know, like maybe that works.
Fun.
Maybe that just works. So there you go.
Yeah.
So there's some sliced cheese ready to go. And then obviously later we'll put a knife in here so people can just kind of go at it. Okay, so with Parmesan crumbles and breaks so easily. So my favorite way to serve Parmesan is to just like kind of crumble it onto the table. I don't like it to have a fresh edge. I just like it to just be kind of like,
oh, that's beautiful.
and my hands are clean.
Yeah. Oh, that's so smart. I love it. It's kind of like when marble is broken and you see all that. It's like the same.
Devastating, but beautiful.
Yes.
Don't want broken marble. And then, so like I would do a couple pieces like this, and then once it gets a little harder to break, so I'll do like, and maybe this is too much here, but then we can just put this back here.
Yeah.
And then but I love the broken edge as opposed to the cut edge for the Parmesan.
Yes.
It's stunning.
Oh,
it
I
just
agree,
adds
100%.
So I usually start putting the cheese out because it's a cheese and charcuterie board. And I feel like cheese, you kind of get I start with cheese, then I add in the meats, and then I kind of fill in cracks with the sweet dried fruit or the fresh fruit, and then crackers and nuts and all that stuff gets poured in. But I always start with cheese, then meat, and then the extras.
Okay. Yeah. We have the Parmesan, we have the Manchego. What other cheeses are like?
So I put Gouda. I have Gouda here. Again, a Costco cheese. It's buttery. Like it's soft and it just tastes like butter. So I like including that.
So basically anything you need to find that would make for a good cheese board, you can find at Costco.
Pretty much.
You could get fancy and go to like a nice, like more boutique shop but you can get away with a lot.
So we'll take this away and add some meat in now.
Yes, my favorite part. So we have Marina here from Marina & Co. in Philmont, Virginia. So if you want to come, it's a homestead shop, really cute. So make sure to visit Marina's shop. But she put this together for us, and I need you to show us how you did the prosciutto like this, because I can never get it this beautiful.
All right. So
They look like roses.
I know.
literally what you're doing is you're just curling. And then what you're doing is you're doing that. And then you're bringing the fat over so you make sure that you can see. So you're giving it body. That's what you want, really.
So you actually are keeping that's why the fat is all
Yeah,
on the
it's
top.
all on the top because then it just shows pretty. It just looks a little more attractive. There we
Okay.
go.
I need to try it myself because every time I do prosciutto, it comes out just not the way I want it, which is like that.
To look like that.
So I really want to try to master this.
You're going to do a rose. You're going to kind of twist around.
Twist around
So
like that.
more towards that way, like you're twisting it that way, like that.
Okay.
And then and then you're bringing that into the center. So then you're pulling that, and then that's it, and you're pulling it around. And then what you're doing is you're literally...
Oh, and then you like peel it.
You're peeling it. So you're showing that the fat.
Wow.
So if you look at the packaging, you'll see that it has on one side, it has the fat, and then the other where they've cut it.
Okay.
And so from this side, you're going to be the one that's bending. No, you're actually twisting it this way. Whoops, sorry. So you're twisting it that way.
So you twist it kind of the fat on itself?
And what you're doing is the bottom part you're twisting around.
Okay.
So then you're keeping all the fat on the top.
Wow. So you may have to play with it a little bit to get it, but that's so beautiful. I love that.
Rose.
So mine.
Thank you for teaching us.
You're welcome. I didn't even know I knew it.
This is what I usually do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more
Much more artistic.
Yes. So now we have the beautiful prosciutto.
Yeah.
We've got, what do we have over here?
We have some hard salami that we sliced on a gorgeous rustic. I love this board, so I think we'll just keep it on here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was thinking I think that will fit here
All right.
instead of down here, because let's just move this maybe in this little spot. So you see, it's just like, a lot of times it's just like trial and error, what's gonna work.
Yeah.
And we're probably getting way into the theory of a cheese board.
I know. But it's just like play around.
Yeah,
and
you
see
just
what
move it.
feels
and
right
then,
to your eye.
Yeah, everything will make sense when we're done. And then back here, we put some sliced thin salami, and like maybe just right here or even up here. I think
Up
maybe.
on this?
No,
Will it-
no, right
I
there.
don't think it'll balance.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So then at this point, I think we have all the meat, most of the cheese. Oh, we have some Boursin.
Perfect.
And I was hoping, oh yay, if it's, now I think we'll do fruit and start just adding in all the beautiful details. This is my favorite part of like just filling in the cracks. So sometimes you can find locally grown grapes, and they just, it has to be just the right perfect time of year when they're harvesting, which is like usually September to November. I couldn't find any for this. And there's a lot of vineyards by us though, so I frequently can find locally grown fresh grapes, and they're beauty. I mean, they're scrumptious, but I'm always thinking about like the visual.
Yeah.
And they are just stunning.
Wow.
So these are from Costco. Not
they're
local,
beautiful
but
too.
they're really pretty, especially with the light coming through. And then these are locally grown figs, and they are one of my favorite things to include on a cheese board. When you slice them and the candlelight hits them, or in this case, the sunlight, it is just stunning.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll put some whole, I'll slice them in half, and we'll just kind of start nestling them against things.
Okay.
I usually just keep the stem on one side.
Okay.
But sometimes you can slice it down the middle, and then like,
Oh, look how pretty.
and then look at the sun. Yeah, exactly, the sunlight. And these are so ripe.
Such a fun
And then
touch.
also like whole figs are stunning. Like you can just do a cluster here, cluster there. And we can fill in more as we put the bigger pieces down, because we still need to do bread and crackers. So we
Yeah.
can fill in even more with these. These are kind of almost more of like a filler thing. I love these. These are like at every grocery store. It's Firehook brand. They're just like crispy flatbreads, and these have herbs in them. I think it might be cute.
I think it's cute. And then we have the bread. So we want to slice this, or are we gonna
I like ripping it in chunks.
go for it? I love that idea.
I mean, it's just like the raw edge. I think it's prettier than
It's really relaxed,
bread.
and
so
I love that.
cascading pile. All right, that is delicious to look at and to eat. So then we just start to fill in. Like I said, this is my favorite part because I just love, again, it's adding like a layer of yummy. I love an overflowing cheese board. I feel like there's a time and place for a really minimalistic cheese board of just like a block of cheese here and this here and that there. But today we're going for that like cornucopia, bountiful cheese board where stuff is literally kind of just spilling over. And so I want to put some here so they actually look like they just fell. All right, I am really...
It's very romantic that way.
Yes.
It's less like refined and precise. Like, even though those are, like you said, there's a time, but it's just so romantic.
I think my favorite thing about a lot of the cheese boards I do is it is frequently, all the ingredients are frequently from Costco. I'll source local figs if I can, or local grapes, but it's usually 90% Costco. And I love taking like those obnoxious containers and presenting it in this beautiful way, and then being like, this is all Costco.
I love it.
Hashtag not sponsored.
We'll put a shopping list down below too.
Yes,
Of like different, what's on your list when you go to shop for a cheese board.
So again, I'm just gonna like move bread over and make a pile of dried apricots there. I know the bees are really
loving
digging this. Okay, and we're just gonna do some orange here. And this is like the most color I can take on a cheese board, or like the dried apricot. This is like the piece de resistance.
What the heck is that?
This French. Hello. Sorry. Piece de resistance. It means it's like the star of the cheese board.
I should have put two and two together. Yes.
I
The
did
piece de
not-
resistance.
Yes, the piece de resistance. Okay, honeycomb. Okay, this looks a little dry. It just needs to be freshened up with some honey poured over it. Okay, honeycomb is very expensive if we're talking about like price per pound.
Okay.
$20 for this.
All right.
But for this special occasion, celebrating Marina's opening, I had to splurge. This is a gorgeous, it is so delicious. The whole thing is edible. It is, the light shining through it is just, the light and honeycomb and figs are like dreamy. So we are going to put it into this brass dish. I'm going to use my fingers, and then I'm going to drizzle some fresh.
Ooh.
I mean, is that not insane?
Look at it in the light.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Insane.
I'm so glad you said that. Like, this is the thing to splurge on, just because it really is.
And it looks fantastic in that dish. So these are the best olives ever. And I think we're gonna put them in that marble bowl
one,
there.
okay.
Here. And then I'll get the pickles.
Perfect.
All right, and then pickles. Okay, you have to get the Cornichons, and I don't know that I'm saying that right. They're like the size of your pinky. So they're smaller than almost any other pickle that you'll find at the grocery store. They're usually on the top shelf in the pickle aisle, literally.
Wow.
Like, that's where I always find them. And they are so special. And I have to hit this on the floor to open.
That's a smart trick.
Wood. It works well on wood.
I never knew that.
A wooden cutting board or something. Dainty.
They're beautiful.
But they're like extra crunchy.
Where did you get all these pieces? Because you have so many gorgeous vessels, and I feel like that is half of it, is like what you're putting everything in. So where do you find all of this?
My vessels are secondhand. So this is like Facebook Marketplace, thrift store, vintage market, thrift store, Facebook Marketplace, or maybe online auction. So just like literally always looking. So we have this we were thinking the Maldon sea salt.
Yes, which is like, I'm so glad you got me on this.
Okay, another Costco thing.
Ever since you told me about it, I just use this salt when cooking. It's just the texture is so much better.
I also stock up on it and give it as hostess gifts or like teacher gifts for the kids at the end of the year or
love
for Christmas.
That.
Who doesn't love salt?
Also, my hands are clean.
Some pumpkin seeds in another pretty little dish. Capers need to go in a little bowl. So pretty. My goodness. Wow.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yes!
What are some changes you'd make to kind of get it, if you wanted to do this, but Christmas feeling?
Yeah, I might do like evergreens. Might be an element. I also would probably do pomegranates. I love, again, so we're talking about like the raw edge on the Parmesan and the bread. I love taking a pomegranate and scoring the outside so you can kind of stick your nails in, and it's very messy. Like you need to do it over the sink because it's just dripping pomegranate juice everywhere. But then you like literally tear it apart. And again, it's gonna have that like raw edge of like seeds. And then putting, instead of the figs, because they're not in season then. And also I love citrus. Like citrus is so Christmassy.
And then spring, summer, you can obviously have like fresh flowers, whatever.
A lot of it is gonna be like,
season.
So maybe in the spring you have fresh berries that are from a local farm. And then summer, maybe radishes in the spring too.
Oh, I love that. They're so beautiful.
Yeah. So I just love little tiny details. In the form of utensils. So they're all just so unique. Like this just works perfectly for the salt.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like it just adds one more element of interest.
Yes.
And no one's cheese board is gonna have like this exact spoon. And
that's true.
It's beautiful.
Adds personality, makes it personal to you. You have like a signature look, and everybody will have their own depending on what their style is.
And then we'll put this little guy in the capers.
And then
we have a soft one for the Boursin, that self-serve knife. Okay, we need a fork for the pickle, maybe? All right, I feel like we need to put a few more figs in.
Okay.
These are like at peak right now. They're like so ripe.
Feel perfect.
Yeah. I actually really like figs.
All right, the juice comes out.
All right.
Perfect. Rebecca, this is stunning.
Yay.
You are so good at what you do, truly.
Aw, thanks.
So gifted. Like the fact that you just created this, it's incredible. Why do you love Cheeseboard so much? Like how did this become, because you do this for so many different gatherings. What really inspires you when it comes to cheeseboards?
Well, I think there's two reasons why I do it. First is there's a element of simplicity to it. It's not stressful food preparation.
Yeah.
And the food preparation, as I've said on previous videos, it's not my favorite part of hosting. And my favorite part is creating an atmosphere and a place of beauty for my guests. And then so it's simple, and but it's also like, I'm not an artist. I can't pick up a paintbrush and like paint a beautiful still life.
Right.
But in a sense, this is a still life, right? And it's like art in your home. So it is an art form, and so it's simple, but it's also creating art and beauty, and I love it. And I think those are the two reasons why I do it.
Now, if someone is watching this video and they're like, okay, I want to create a cheese board for my next gathering, but they haven't done it before, what is your biggest piece of advice for them?
Well, I think that just do it, first of all, because as you see that what we've done, you really can't go wrong. Like, so collect some vessels if you don't have some interesting vessels, and that's super simple. Just go to the thrift store and find a couple things that you really truly love, and we're going to put together a shopping list, so you can use the shopping list, and you don't have to be this elaborate. First of all, this is like a very special occasion. Not every, again, I said this at the beginning, not every cheese board I ever do is going to be this much of a statement. But so you can get like 2 cheeses, a meat or 2, a couple pieces of fruit, and then call it a day. Or if you want to do more detail and kind of fill in every crack like we did, you can do that too. Just serve the food that you love to eat, and people probably will love it too.
Such good advice. Well, Rebecca, you are amazing, and I want to just keep making cheese boards with you all the time because I want to get at your level. If you guys want to find Rebecca on social media, you can connect with her at A Daily Something, and also check out her blog at adailysomething.com. There's so many amazing recipes and DIYs on there, and rhythms and routines for life. And if you want to catch more of this time together, you can join us inside of our membership. We really dive deep into all things hosting, how to become a better hostess, how to create a beautiful home you love within your means. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can check out the link in the description below to learn more about that. Thank you again, Rebecca. I'm so excited to eat this. And this has been so fun.
Me too.
Woo! All right, we did it.